He follows her around the house, swearing he can explain why he's been ghosting her for days. Ningxi says that if he doesn't want to propose then he shouldn't make promises, so Rahman explains he panicked and overthought things. He apologizes and gets ready to propose, but at that moment he gets a call from work. Rahman tells Ningxi that he needs to go but promises to make things right after his shift. After Rahman leaves, a car suddenly drives through the party and crashes into other vehicles. After checking on the injured guests, the chief rushes to the car and opens the door to yell at the driver, thinking he's drunk. However, the driver roars and jumps on the chief to bite his neck. The crowd panics at the sight of what appears to be a zombie. This all started 5 hours ago. At the Waniwara's factory, an employee gets the samples of their new medicine ready. This medicine hasn't been approved by the government yet, but they've worked on it for 3 months so they're desperate to produce it. A sample is sent to their boss Sadamin and another one to his business partner, who lives in the city. Meanwhile, Sadamin's daughter Keens gets her son Raihan ready to visit his grandfather. Her husband Rudy notices she's in a bad mood and reminds her to be nice because they need to get this over with. It turns out that their marriage is on the rocks and they want a divorce, but first they want Sadamin to sign the paperwork to sell the factory since it isn't doing so well. Rudy thinks he deserves compensation since he's been running the business. With that money, they could go their separate ways. Keens is in a bad mood because visiting her father also means seeing his wife Karina, who used to be Keens' best friend. They grew together but their relationship was ruined when Karina married Sadamin. At home, Sadamin drinks the new medicine sample. Karina mentions that since he's retiring, they should go on a trip and maybe even have a child of their own. When Keens' family arrives, Karina receives them warmly, but Keens stays cold and doesn't let Raihan be around her. Instead, Raihan goes to spend time with her uncle Bombong, who spends all his days playing video games and lives off his father's money. Bombong and Raihan start playing with toy guns around the house, so Rudy and Keens scold Bombong for still being immature at his age. After taking a shower, Sadamin looks at the mirror and is shocked to discover he looks much younger. He gets very excited because it means the new medicine worked. Sadamin rushes to find Karina in their bedroom and she's also very happy to see the results. With his newfound youth, Sadamin can get naughty with Karina again. Neither of them notices the strange wound on Sadamin's back. Moments later, Sadamin meets with his children and scolds Rudy for the video he made to promote the factory since it wasn't done in a traditional style. Everyone is shocked by how young he looks, so Sadamin decides to make his big announcement. He won't sell the factory after all. Bombong gets offended and storms out while Sadamin continues to explain. For many years their sales were stagnant, but now he finally has a product that may bring success back. He calls it the elixir and it's the cause of his youth. Karina isn't happy about this since Sadamin was supposed to retire and spend more time at home. Sadamin apologizes but still wants the elixir to be his priority. Keens informs her father that she and Rudy are getting a divorce because he cheated on her. She needs the money to start her own business and give Raihan a good life. However, Sadamin thinks the couple should stay together for the sake of the boy. Karina tries to defend her, but Keens coldly tells her not to do it. Keens then starts yelling at Sadamin for always doing what he wants without caring about their feelings, blaming him for Bombong's lack of maturity. She also thinks that Karina only married him for his money. While the women argue, Sadamin starts feeling sick, but he hides it from his family. He yells at everyone to make them stop and confirms that his decision is final. He won't sell the factory. Sadamin reminds them that he worked hard all his life while they lived off his efforts, then he proceeds to destroy the contract sent by the competition. At that moment, Sadamin starts feeling sick again and the family finally notices a strange infection spreading on his neck. Suddenly he vomits a lot of blood and passes out. Rudy checks his chest and notices that Sadamin isn't breathing. While everyone panics and tries to get an ambulance or the servants, Sadamin wakes up in a zombified state. He roars and jumps on his servant party to bite his neck, making him collapse. Then Sadamin tackles his driver Aris and spits blood all over his face, causing him to swallow some. Bombong pulls his father away but Sadamin tries to bite him too, so Karina and Keens have to hold him back. In the struggle, Bombong accidentally shoots his gun and a long dart goes through Sadamin's head, killing him. While most of the family has a breakdown, Aris tries to run away. Rudy follows him and orders him to bring the police, but also to tell them it was all an accident. Aris drives away while hiding that he's feeling sick. Meanwhile, Bombong hides in the car because he feels guilty about killing his father, but Keens assures him it was an accident. The siblings comfort each other through their grief. In the house, the rest of the family is shocked to see that Party has become a zombie and his mouth is full of blood after attacking another servant. He now tackles Karina on the table and she has to kick him off. Then Party tries to attack Rudy and the maid pulls him away. This only ends with Party biting her arm and then her neck. Outside, Keens finds the servant that Party bit feeding on another employee. The zombie sees Keens and tries to attack her, but Bombong runs over the creature with the car to stop her. The body is split in two, yet the zombie still moves. While Party chases the rest of the family out of the house, the siblings go inside and find the place empty. Suddenly the zombified maid appears and chases after them, so the siblings run out of the house again and lock the door. Keens keeps trying to call Rudy but he won't pick up the phone. When they return to the car, they discover that half of the servant's body is gone. At that moment the upper half of the zombie appears and tries to attack them, So Bonbon kicks it down and the siblings get in the car to escape. All the zombified servants come running after them. Meanwhile, Aris is driving to the police station but ends up transforming into a zombie too. This causes him to lose control of the car and crash into the party as seen in the beginning. After biting the chief, Aris runs around the party to attack all the terrified guests. Back to Karina's group, they find a truck by the road but it's sadly locked. They hear Party coming closer so they rush to hide. Party tries looking for them in the truck but doesn't see them, so he walks away. However, he comes back when he hears Rudy's phone ring. The family fights Party together as he keeps trying to bite whoever is closest. After lots of struggle, Karina finds a pitchfork in the truck and stabs Party in the shoulder with it. Suddenly it starts to rain and the water makes Party freeze, so the group takes the chance to run away. Rudy then finally picks up the phone and tells Keynes to meet them at the chief's house. Minutes later, Karina's group arrives at the party only to discover that everyone has become zombies here too. They try to sneak around but Aris jumps on Karina's housekeeper to bite her. The screaming gets the attention of more zombies, so Rudy pulls Karina and Raihan into the house and locks all the doors. The other zombies end up feeding on the housekeeper too. Eventually the siblings also arrive at the party and see the massacre. Keynes calls Rudy and he explains that they're trapped inside. A desperate Keynes starts honking the horn but this gets the attention of the zombies, who immediately come after the car. Bonbon immediately drives away and the zombies chase them, so now they're loose on the streets and attacking any person they find on the way. Since the zombies are gone, Rudy, Karina, and Raihan leave the house and try to get in Sadamin's car, but the crash wrecked it too much to function. At that moment the zombified housekeeper sees them and starts chasing after them. Karina and Raihan hide inside the nearest house while Rudy stays out to defend his family. Karina hears Rudy's screams while fighting the housekeeper until he suddenly comes inside and closes the door. Rudy is covered in blood but he swears he's okay. While Karina looks for a rag to clean him, Rudy realizes that his hand has a bite mark. He hugs Raihan and tells him he loves him before asking him to take care of his mother. When Karina returns to the room, she discovers that Rudy has become a zombie. He jumps on Karina and tries to bite her, but Raihan pulls him away and Rudy attacks the boy instead. Karina breaks a bottle on Rudy's head and runs with Raihan to hide in the other room, closing the door on the zombie's face. Rudy keeps pounding on it until he breaks in, so Karina moves out of the way and lets him charge ahead, causing Rudy to get impaled on the water pump handle. Then Karina and Raihan leave the room and lock the door. Suddenly they're startled by someone coming in, but it's just Ningxi. They hear some noises and Ningxi peeks into the other room to learn that Rudy is still alive. Meanwhile on the road the siblings are arguing over what to do. This distraction almost causes them to run into a truck and when they dodge it, they lose control of the car and end up crashing. The truck driver comes to check on the siblings and helps them out of the car before Bonbon throws up. The zombie horde then catches up to them and jumps on the truck to start killing all the passengers. The driver runs back to help his people, only to be killed too. The siblings run away and soon find the police station. The cops are confused by their story and decide to check out the situation while leaving Rahman to take care of the siblings. When the cops find the truck, the zombies immediately come after them. An officer shoots a gas grenade but it doesn't affect the creatures. The zombies jump on the cops and start eating them except for the captain, who manages to open fire. However, the bullets do nothing and he gets bitten too. Thanks to Karina's phone, Ningxi can now call Rahman, who explains he can't leave the station yet. When Ningxi starts explaining what happened, Rahman is forced to hang up by the captain, who rushes inside and makes the others lock the door. The zombies start pounding on it so the group pushes some furniture to keep the door blocked. Rahman calls the hospital to ask for an ambulance but it's too late. The captain is now transforming into a zombie. Bonbon takes Rahman's gun and opens fire, but the zombie only collapses for a second before jumping on Rahman, who quickly pushes him off. Next the captain tackles Bonbon, so Keynes hits him with a bottle to throw him back. Bonbon then sprays him with a fire extinguisher to no avail. Rahman gets a stool and together the group uses it to push the captain into a cell, which they immediately lock up. Outside the station, dozens of zombies are blocking the exit. Rahman calls another police station to ask for help while Keynes tries calling Rudy. Since he doesn't answer, Keynes has a breakdown and Bonbon has to comfort her. At that moment Keynes gets a call from Karina, who lets her talk to Raihan to confirm he's fine. However, she also has to inform Keynes that Rudy became a zombie, causing Keynes to break down again. Bonbon promises that they'll pick them up as soon as they get help from the other police station. As the zombies continue to spread through town, the siblings have to hold the door closed. Rahman gets a call from the other police station informing him they can't leave because they're also surrounded by zombies. The call ends when the other officer gets killed too. The trio climbs to the balcony and watches the zombies going everywhere. Keynes calls Karina to explain they can't escape and they end up reminiscing about the old times. Karina swears he did love Sadamin but also admits she should have taken Keynes' feelings into account. In return, Keynes apologizes for her attitude and admits she misses her best friend. She also asks Karina to take care of Raihan if something happens to her. Near the police station, a loudspeaker starts playing a prayer. The zombies are attracted to the sound and run in that direction. Rahman remembers that the police confiscated some fireworks earlier, so he lights one up and throws it in the middle of a field. The noise immediately causes the zombies to run towards it, freeing the front door. Afterward, Rahman makes everyone put on protective gear and grab a gun. Before leaving, he calls Ningxi to assure her they're on their way. The zombies are back on the door, so the guys open it slightly to light another firework. However, they accidentally drop it on the floor and it explodes inside, getting the attention of even more zombies. Bom Bong and Rahman try again, and this time they manage to send a few fireworks flying, so the zombies run after them and clear the exit. The trio immediately leaves the station and tries to find a vehicle, only to find a few zombies on the street. Rahman opens fire and finally manages to kill a zombie, making him realize that they only die if they're shot in the head. Bom Bong also opens fire and together they kill the few zombies blocking the street. However, the noise gets the attention of the horde and they start coming back. The trio protects themselves with riot shields and shoots a few creatures down, but there are too many of them and soon they're trapped. When a flash of lightning strikes the sky, Rudy goes so crazy that he breaks the pump to free himself. He starts banging on the door and the noise gets the attention of the zombies outside, so now the women have to hold the front door closed. Unfortunately, the zombies break the windows and try to reach inside. At that moment, another flash of lightning strikes and the zombies on the street freeze for a few seconds, only to then attack the trio again. Suddenly it starts to rain and all the zombies back away, standing under the water in a daze. The three humans use the chance to escape. In the house, the rain causes the zombies to walk away from the windows. Karina looks outside and notices that the rain is keeping the zombies calm, so she decides they should leave. Luckily, Ningxi has a bike and the group gets on it at the same time that Rudy finally breaks down the door. The trio drives away and Rudy tries to chase them, but he freezes as soon as the rain touches him. Minutes later it stops raining and the zombies immediately surround Rahman and Bom Bong. Keynes tries to run away but she's tackled by a zombie, so she shoots him in the head to bring him down. More creatures are coming after her and she tries opening fire only to discover she's out of bullets. While the guys run back to the police station, Keynes reaches the truck and dodges a zombie that jumps out. She locks herself inside and tries to start the vehicle to no avail. At that moment, Karina's group arrives on the bike and Keynes honks the horn to tell them where she is. The trio wants to go away but the bike stops working and the zombies are coming for them. Suddenly fireworks start illuminating the sky and the horde follows the noise, so Keynes can finally leave the truck and reunite with her son. The sweet moment is interrupted by the zombie maid appearing on the road. Karina and Keynes push her back and Ningxi stabs her in the head with a knife. Since the fireworks are out now, the horde is coming back and the group rushes to hide inside the truck. After calling the guys to confirm they're still alive, the group finally manages to start the truck and runs over all the zombies on the road as they drive ahead. Unfortunately, the brakes aren't working and the truck crashes right into the police station. Rahman reunites with Ningxi but Bom Bong's leg is trapped under a fallen cabinet. Soon the zombies surround the station and climb over the debris to get in. Rahman and Bom Bong quickly open fire while Karina closes the truck door to trap a creature inside. A few zombies are killed but more and more keep coming. Bom Bong tells Karina to check the side door and she confirms it's clear because all the zombies are at the front. The group tries to rescue Bom Bong but the cabinet is stuck under the truck and they can't move it. Bom Bong asks them to leave without him. In the other room, Ningxi accidentally bumps into the cell and is bitten by the captain. Rahman pulls her away and furiously shoots the captain down. More zombies break in and he tries to shoot them, but they quickly surround him and bite him too. While the couple is slowly devoured, Rahman pulls out the ring and gives it to Ningxi, so they die holding hands. At the entrance, Keynes takes a gun and shoots more zombies as they get in, but she freezes when she sees Rudy. Bom Bong tries shooting him but he misses and runs out of bullets. Rudy tackles Keynes and Raihan tries to help his mother, however Karina drags the boy away. When Rudy goes after them, Bom Bong grabs his leg to make him fall and Keynes holds him down so Karina can shoot him in the head. Afterward, Bom Bong lights a firework to keep the zombies' attention on him while Keynes, Karina, and Raihan run away through the side door. Soon the entire horde breaks in and starts eating Bom Bong, who throws the firework at the truck. The spilled gas catches on fire and explodes, blowing up the entire building. The zombies burn down and the confiscated fireworks illuminate the sky. Karina's group makes it to the road and searches for a working vehicle. However, Keynes freezes when she notices she's been bitten. She hugs Raihan and cries as she tells him she can't come with them. Then she hugs Karina and asks her to take care of Raihan before taking her gun. At that moment, half of the horde appears on the street with flames on their backs, so Keynes lights a firework to get their attention while Karina and Raihan escape on a bike. Once the duo is far enough, Keynes walks to the middle of the field and self-deletes. In the morning, Karina and Raihan cross the bridge to go downtown, unaware that Party is following them. Meanwhile in the city, Sadamin's business partner receives the elixir sample and drinks it. Her husband is very impressed by how young she looks now.